Okay. All right, here we go. We got the drill done. See what else. All right. Let's remember when the Holy Presence of God, in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Dear God, thank you for a nice evening. Let's have a great weekend that we got to relax and hopefully recharge. For those who are going to today's honor, whatever, hope they have a great night. And for those who are staying home and watching the Ravens game, hope you guys have a great night. St. John Baptist Hill South. Live Jesus in our heart.
I feel so bad, man.
Why is that?
So I got put in charge of Science National Honor Society special programs, and one of them is to clean up with NDP. I have to coordinate that with some girl over there, and I feel so bad for her because she's gonna have a terrible time. I mean, I'm gonna have an amazing time. Messing with her.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to work, boys.
Sometimes when I call on you, I really regret it before you even told. And that was one of those times I knew. What did I ask? All right, today will be marginal benefits. I think Thursday we'll collect something on chapter 7. Let me just think about it. But yeah, I know it's set on there, but I pushed things back. So if you did them, you got like 3. All right. Remember, the test is next Monday. If you're struggling, you should try to study each and every day, and you should try to probably meet with me. All right. I will be here after school for redo for those who just want to redo. Okay. The quiz. There's a lot of guys in this morning, but a lot of guys who did really well. It's trying to do like perfect. I suggest that you get in and give it a whack after school. All right. Just bring your test correctly. All right. The feedback was 8.2, but people asked a lot of questions on taxes. So I thought I'll just go over everything about taxes again, and we'll see. Jimmy, consumer price before tax.
So is that the 3?
What?
That's a 3.
Yeah, okay, it's the first equilibrium, that's consumer price before tax. All right? That's good. Ian, what is the consumer price after tax?
Oh, yeah, for this one.
Now, just look at the graph, Ian.
Oh, consumer price after tax?
Yeah.
$3.
That's before tax.
$4. Yeah.
What? Okay, now you can take it. All right. Aaron, how do I find out how much the tax is? Yeah, how do I know that? All right, so any spot between these two lines, I'm gonna pick this one, she picked a different one, but we're gonna get the same thing. I got 4 minus 2. And there we are. All right, so the tax is $2. JK, what do I want to ask you? That's probably a good question. JK, how much of this $2 tax do the consumers pay? Yeah, they used to pay 3, now they're paying 4. So the $2 tax, consumers pay $1. All right? Yes, sir.
So is that supposed to be like a tax increase? There's already a tax, or
What do you mean?
because it says like you're talking about how like the producer only like or the person selling it only gets like $2, right? So I mean there used to be like a tax or whatever.
There's no tax at $3. Now there's a tax at $4.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Matt. If the consumers pay $1 of the tax, how much do the producers pay? All right, Matt, how much is the total tax? Matt. All right, the total tax is the difference That's the tax law. So it's the difference from 4 to 2. So the total tax is $2. Okay? Now, the consumers is paying one of the two. How much are the producers paying? If the consumer is paying one of the $2, how much is the producer paying? What's the total tax? The consumer is paying one. How much is left over for the producer to pay? $1. Okay. There you go. Consumer tax, producer tax. Okay. You understand how we got that? Okay. You're sure? This Ian gets very upset if you don't understand something. Ian, what is the total tax revenue the government gets? After tax.
$2.
That's per unit. How many units do they sell? Okay.
80,
So the total tax revenue,
160.
160. All right, and this could be the tax revenue box. Right? And is it based on site? Is that the formula there? So the height is 2, the base is 80, that gives you 160, like Ian said. Okay? Go on.
So before would be 0 because they weren't taxed before.
All right. Patrick, you bring your A game today?
I did.
You did. All right, where's consumer surplus? Hey, Patrick, what's the rule graphically of consumer surplus?
It's above the new equilibrium
Okay, and below?
supply. Or demand.
Yeah, so above equilibrium, below demand, right there, right? All right, Aiden, you got your A game?
Yeah.
All right, we'll see. Producer surplus.
That'd be below the equilibrium.
Tell me on a regular graph, what is the rule for producer surplus? And below the price, above supply. All right, now bring your A game and tell me where producer surplus is. What's the price for the producers? Okay. The consumer's paying 4. What does the producer have to do with 2 of those $4? Do what? Yeah, send it to the government, right? So how much is the producer left with? So therefore, what's the producer getting? 2. So their price is 2. The producer surplus is going to be below the price above supply. Okay? All right. Now, Keon, how you doing? Seem like you look like you're in a good dream. Keon, where is deadweight loss?
Deadweight loss is right.
If this is what you mean, it's hard to me. That's the way. All right, and why? Because the price went up and some people had to leave the market because of the higher price. All right, any questions on this? Yes, sir. Deadweight loss is an inefficiency in the market. So you see where we used to sell 100, we now sell 80. And the reason that happened is price went up and it drove some consumers out of the market. Okay? Yes, sir.
So for the tax revenue box, is like the consumer surplus and the producer surplus, not in it.
Correct. But a little like well-known fact is total surplus equals consumer plus producer plus tax revenue. Yeah, the total surplus would be. The only thing not in total surplus is that. All right. Anything else? All right. So Genius, you're good? Can I cover this up? You're sure? All right, take out your board. Let's do these two multiple choice like they're a test. Let's just do the first one at a time. First one, got a minute and 10. You're on. Everyone got an answer on the board? Let's see what we got. We have P as in broccoli, we got A as in apple, we got D as in dogwood. We've got D as in dogwood or A as in apple. A, so we got A, B, and D. Got a headache. All right, Mr. Genius, you're on. All right, Mr. Genius, whenever you see price, floor, price, ceiling, what's the first thing you should be asking yourself? Okay, so the floor has to be where? All right, to be what? So is this binding? All right, so it's not binding. So if it's not binding, we're going to be like this, right? To set the equilibrium. Right? Yep. Huh? Okay, so do we have a shortage or a surplus? None. So, Mr. Genius, what's the answer? Did you say D as in dogwood? D as in dogwood is correct. Yes, Jimmy J.
Never mind. Okay.
All right. 1 second, right? You have to ask. Mr. Genius was right. Upside down half. You got the floor on top. Next question, is it binding? It was, yes. Now,
How did you figure out if that was a surplus or
because if it's not binding, it's going to be at the equilibrium. So quantity is 60, quantity demanded is 60, and quantity supplied is 60.
What does it mean, the equilibrium price of the ration? Because I figured out like the other engines don't work. I don't understand what's defense.
The equilibrium price for ration goods means the price will get to the place where like supply and demand equal.
Okay.
There'll be what? Yeah, but no, when they're talking about shortages and surplus, they're talking on, there's a surplus of goods. Okay. Good, you have that, so, no? All right, let's do question number 2. Another minute and 10. Whew. Wear you down, Mr. Hell. Let me pull this down so you can see the answer. In 30 seconds, and you should put something on the board. No, that this prime seat right in front of Jimmy G is available. Everyone got something on board? Let's see what we got here. We've got C. Everyone doing, we got D. All right, Jimmy G.
I drew a graph for D, so like.
So I've got it, right? Did you see my graph?
Yeah, so when I drew the graph, I got the surplus is on like one end of the graph, like it's to the left, right? And then there's a demand is gonna be further outwards, so that means there's gonna be like a shortage of goods, right? Because you don't, there's less supply than demand. The price floor is above the equilibrium.
No, there's more supply than demand.
Oh, I mixed up the graphs, like, oh, okay.
All right. And the reason there's a misallocation of goods is because there's deadweight loss and some the goods are not, given to the market equally. All right, a little tax practice. You can write this on your boards or on your notes. We're just going to finish up yesterday's notes. I will do the first one for you. Consumer surplus, above the price, below demand. A, B, C, D, above the price, below demand. You just want to use the letters for the rest of them, okay? So do 2 through 7.
Would you like add some of those numbers up for fun? Like you do like A plus B or something like that, because it's consumer surplus before tax. And then it's like the shaded area.
Yeah, like you could have, you mean like HF?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like I did A, B, C.
All right.
Alex, what's the disabled list? Let's see. Did you tell me producer surplus before tax? Below the price, what's the price before tax? P2, so below the price and above supply. Is what? HF, E, and J. So. Oh. All right, so it's below the price and above supply. And producer surplus is always above the price, below demand. Okay. Matt, consumer surplus after tax. Just A, above the price, below demand. Good job. Here we go. A. All right, we're going down the line. Mark, producer surplus after tax. What? G, right? Below the new price, the tax. G it is. Good job. All right. Mike, tax revenue for government. That's nice. B, C, F, and H. That's the tax revenue box right in here. Now, could it be wrote in a different way? Did anyone answer it differently? His answer is perfect, but there's another way you might have been able to write it.
I got, P3 minus P1 times P1.
Yeah, P3 minus P1 times Q1. Both correct. No? JK, dead weight loss.
D and E.
D and E. Thought I had you there, JK, but you shut me down. There you go. D and E, dead weight loss. All right, amount of revenue producers pay. Aiden, you said you had your A game. All right. Oh, you got, man, are you good? Holy cow. Woo! Yeah. Yeah, Aaron. Yeah. H and F. You could have also wrote like P1, P2 minus P1 times. All right, any questions on that? Matt, you feeling good? Your neck probably hurts because you strained to look. I'm telling you, front row seat next to Jimmy G. I can sell that for $50.
I'm pretty sure he would lose.
But we're good? JK.
Amount of tax revenue consumers pay to BAC.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, JK. Show us some knowledge. Right? They're going to just split the tax revenue. All right. We're good? All right. If you have your notes from last, it's cold in here, isn't it? Yeah. All right. You have your notes from last time. If you remember this, this is one of the first things I think we did of the year. And how many movies should this fine lad go to? How many, I asked? Go. All right, we got one hand. Can we get 5? This is one we should have 10. But I'll settle for 5. I've got 3. I've got 3. I've got 4. I've got 5. JK's right 6, 7, 8. Holy freaking crap! Come, Colin, give it to us. 2. What do you have, JK? 1. Give me a heart attack. Keon. Jimmy.
It's 2, right? I mean, I don't see twice, but.
All right, JK. You're getting $30 benefit, and you're paying $10. It's the worst thing.
Yes,
You're getting $15 benefit.
yes.
2. That's okay. We haven't done it in a while. All right, now, how do you figure out marginal utility on benefit? They're the same thing. So it's easy. If I'm figuring out for the first unit, I take the unit above, so it's 8 minus 0 gives me 8. 14 minus 8 gives me 6. All right? So I just take the total for two minus the total for one, and that's the marginal utility for six. So what's that saying? The second slice gives me a utility of six. The third slice, my satisfaction goes down to 5. Fourth slice, 4. All right. That's me. There you go. This is like, all right, eight slices, I'm about to freaking throw up. But I'll still eat it. Hey, Mr. Genius, how many slices, based on this statistic, should this fine young man eat? One? All right. How much is the price of each slice? What's up? Okay. And how many slices? Light bulb, yeah, we got it. On a tie, we eat the fish, okay? I know. So the formula would be marginal benefit is equal or greater. Okay? Yes, Jake.
So for marginal benefit and stuff, if it's like 0, right, would you like bother buying it? Because you're technically spending money.
No.
To still buy it, yeah. So realistically, I was thinking
And by the way, when is total utility always should be highest? When marginal utility is at 0. After that, it's negative. Okay? Yes, sir.
So why would it be 5 now?
Because if it's equal, we go with it. It's at 5, it's 2 and 2. I know. Are you good now? Okay. All right. So there it is. Marginal benefit is equal or greater than marginal cost if they don't, come out equally. All right. Here we go. Just based on this information, not like what you've heard about Tahiti in Chicago, great pizza in Chicago, extremely windy, beautiful place. Where would you rather go? Based only on this. You got one hand. All right, hands are flying. Go, Ian. Why?
Because marginal utility equals price.
All right, so how much marginal utility per dollar is the heat? And how much marginal utility per dollar is Chicago?
So,
I'm sure of that. More utility. Okay? All right, good job there. You figured it out. All right? So now, yeah, JK, you know what? We're learning how to make choices. Not those kind of choices, JK. JK. All right, so we're gonna think about, do I want to go more how do I spend my $25? Do I want to go to the movies, or do I want to go karts or a little of each? So we want to try to do the same thing we just did before, okay? We want to try to find the marginal utility per dollar for each one of these. So Matt, if going to the movies is $10, for the first movie, if I make 30 utils, what is my marginal utility per dollar? Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Then for the second, where my marginal utility is 20. And the price is 10. 2. And for the third, where the marginal utility is 10. And then where the marginal utility is 5. Okay. All right. Alex, now I'm going to go-karts. Where the go-karts cost $5,000. So my marginal utility is 10. How much is my utility price? Next line. Next line. 0.4. Keep that straight there. And then 0.2, right? All right. If I have $25 and I want to spend it all, how do I get the most satisfaction out of these two products? Give everyone a minute. I got to spend it all. Whew, hands are now flying. Hands up with them. Okay, there you go.
I would buy 2 movie tickets or 1 go-kart.
All right, let me see, 2 movie tickets at $10 is 20, and 1 go-kart, right? All right. Now, good job. And that maxes it. So here is kind of the formula, and we'll look at this again. The marginal utility of X over the price of X, which is what we did, right? Equals the marginal utility of Y over the price of Y, which is over here. So notice at 1 go-kart, I got a 2. I then look for the matching 2 here. 2 go-karts. I mean 2 movies, 1 go-kart. Now, Matt would say, hold on, Mr. Breslov, but how about it's 1 and 1? Why don't you go to that? The reason is, at 1, it's 2 go-karts for $10 and 3 movies for 30. That's spending more than 25. So the key is this formula: marginal utility of the price of X equals marginal utility of Y over price of X. Give me
So
two.
that's marginal utility of one, that just keeps the benefits 0, right? Because you're not, it's just like equal to each other, right?
What do you mean?
So like, like, wouldn't the benefit be 0 if the utilities are 1? Because you're,
No, you're getting one benefit per dollar.
okay.
Okay. All right. Any questions on anything we learned today? All right. Go Cardinals. Hey, tomorrow's a fun day. Come in ready for fun.
You watching the game today?
What? What?
Soccer.
Huh?
The soccer games are playing the ladies.
Oh, are they?